Hi, I'm John Florine with Gravwell, and I'm excited to introduce our new Zeek Kit. Zeek can give you a ton of information about what's going on in your network, but it doesn't really provide any tools for you to actually come to grips with the results. Luckily, Gravwell is great at handling Zeek data, and we've put together some tools to help jumpstart your analysis. Zeek, formerly known as Bro, is an open source network analysis tool. It reads packets from the network, then analyzes the traffic in a variety of ways, parsing out information about HTTP sessions, SSL certificates, SSH connections, and more. The results of the analysis get written out in text format to files on the disk. Anyone who's fired up Zeek in a real network has come to realize that it really generates a lot of results, and it can be a challenge to dig through all these text files manually to try to find any useful information. And that's where we come in with Gravwell. Now, first off, to make things even easier, we provide a Docker container that will start Zeek for you and ingest the logs directly into Gravwell. Assuming you already have Gravwell installed and set up, just run this Docker command, setting Gravwell clear text targets to your Gravwell indexers, Gravwell ingest secret to your ingest secret, and interface to the host interface you want to capture, such as ETH0, or in this case, EN01. You can also include a BPF filter if you like. In this example, we exclude port 443 traffic, so just to reduce the amount of data that gets in there if your system has a lot of HTTPS traffic. For more info, check out the Docker Hub page. The link is at the bottom of this slide. Now, once you have Zeek data flowing into Gravwell, our Zeek Kit makes it easy to start analyzing your data. So just browse to the Kits page, then click Manage Kits, and open the Available Kits tab. I'm going to find the Zeek Kit, then we click the Deploy button. We walk through the wizard, and within a few seconds the kit has been installed. If we just click Explore the Kit, we get an overview of what's in the kit. We have some playbooks, we have some dashboards. These are going to be your main entry points into analyzing your Zeek data. We've also got a bunch of pre-built queries, we've got auto extractors, we've got templates, lots of great stuff in here. The overview playbook has some overview information and tips on configuring Zeek, but it also has a bunch of example queries that show off all the auto extractors that we've included for the different Zeek data types. These extractors will parse the raw Zeek records and split them out into separate fields, which is a good place to start your investigation. So if we scroll down here, we'll find all the different AXs listed. We've got it for all these different types of Zeek data: ZeekCon, Zeek DHCP, Zeek DNS. Now, if, for example, I click on, let's say, Zeek SSL, this will show me information about SSL traffic. Now, it's a little bit cramped because there's so much information in each record, but I can see all the fields for each record have been broken out into its own little column. Now, I can play with these column widths and stuff to make it a little more readable. Now, notice how some things are underlined, like this, or this IP address. This means that they have actionables associated with them. If I was to click on one of these domains in the server name column, I'll get a pop-up where I could select some DNS-appropriate actions for that domain name. So I can open an investigation dashboard, I could do a whois, or I could just copy the URL. Note that it shows two options, one for api.openweathermap.org and one for openweathermap.org. That's in case I wanted to investigate just the hostname or the entire domain itself. So let's open up the domain investigation dashboard for api.openweathermap.org. Now here I can see which of my systems are requesting this particular name and how frequently. We see that it's happening pretty regularly, and it's coming from just one client. Now, what this actually is this is my Gravwell instance pulling down weather data for the weather kit, which is another kit that I've got installed. This is pretty benign, so I'm just going to say, alright, that's great. Now, note that actionables apply everywhere. So if I click this IP address here in the dashboard, I can do further investigations. So I can investigate the SSH activity or DNS client activity. I've got a service investigation dashboard here. Let's just click the DNS client investigation and we'll see what other requests this IP has been making on DNS. I see a lot for google.com, gravwell.io, openweathermap.org, Gmail, pretty much what you would expect. And we've got some nice charts here, information about like how many different total unique queries we've got, how many queries have happened overall. And this is over our time period of, well, let's see. So this is over the last hour, and we could of course change this and we could say look over the last 24 hours instead. All that. It's just a really great way to explore what's going on in your network. We see that the number of unique queries has gone up, and somebody has been doing a lot of querying for a while there. I think I may have had a misconfigured VM for a while. Now, before I wrap up the demo, I want to make sure that everybody does check out the Zeek Connection Overview dashboard, which we find in here. It's really a 10,000-foot view of your network traffic that also just happens to look pretty cool. So we could see lots of connections were going on. I think that's related to my DNS traffic. We could see that I downloaded about 3.5 gigabytes over the last 24 hours, and I've uploaded 170. This seems pretty normal. It's really fun. You can see spikes when someone starts streaming in the evenings or when you get on a video call in the morning. So this is just a taste of what you can do when you combine Gravwell and Zeek. And the more data sources you add, the more detailed you can get. You can add PCAP, you can add NetFlow, syslog, DNS server logs, and more. You can merge all these data sources within your queries for the ultimate insight into what's going on in your network. So if you've been meaning to set up Zeek but never got around to it, now's the time to give it a shot. We've made it easier than ever. Grab our free community edition and our Zeek Docker image and you'll be up and running in minutes. Or if you prefer a more guided experience, schedule a walkthrough at gravwell.io/demo and we'll show you what we're doing with Gravwell on our own network. Thanks for watching.